Okay, this is going to be a good episode. In this one, we're going to talk about time management techniques that you can use for practicing perspective without taking up very much time to do it. Hi, this is Dan Schuck at Glass Half Question. Have you ever wanted to change your perspective? Are you a glass half empty kind of person who needs to look at the glass as half full of opportunity? Or are you a glass half full person who needs a dose of reality to see where the risks are in your glass? This is the heart of my Glass Half Question project, and also the theme of my children's book for grown-ups, A Glass Half Empty or Half Full, which you can find on Amazon or barnesandnoble.com. In the first few videos, we talked about the differences between facts and perspectives, and the value of choosing to look at things with an alternative or different perspective. We can't change facts, and we may not want to abandon our perspectives about those facts necessarily, but there may be real value to considering another perspective. The point is, giving yourself the power of looking at things with different perspectives is valuable, but it takes practice, and it's something you need to build a habit around so that it comes naturally. But what can you do specifically to start building that habit and practice perspective? The first thing I want to recommend is small doses of dedicated time to do this. This is just like learning to play an instrument, or getting into shape, or learning a new language, or any of those kinds of self-improvement efforts. Fortunately, you don't need to go to the gym to do this, or buy an instrument, or anything like that. And the great thing about practicing perspective is that you don't need a lot of time. It's about the same as brushing your teeth in the morning and evening. But just like you have to practice every day to be a musician, or schedule a regular workout to play with a team, or make time to speak with a friend you enjoy laughing with, you should plan to carve out a few dedicated minutes on your schedule every day to practice perspective. You don't need long blocks of time like you might for meditation or learning a new language. Practicing perspective is something you can do a few minutes, a few times a day, and it really shouldn't cause a lot of interruption to your schedule. But I do think it's important to put this on your schedule, just like you would going to the gym or doing your morning stretches, so that you're building a repeating practice of doing this. If you don't write it down and put it into your calendar or your to-do list or whatever you use to track appointments you have each day, practicing perspective will be one of those things you're going to get to and never really do. Give it a name on your schedule. You can call it practice perspective, or you can call it balance time, or glass half empty or half full time, or whatever you want. But the point is, you want to be really purposeful in the time you will put toward building this habit. Schedule yourself maybe 5 minutes in the morning and 5 minutes in the evening. It sounds like a coffee break, right? And why not? You don't need to think of this as a chore. In fact, you might be able to look at this as taking a break from your current perspectives. After you get past the first awkwardness of doing this, it might start to be something you look forward to. Just the act of dedicating time for yourself to do this is an important step in practicing perspective. You are really telling yourself that your own mental balance is important to you. Even if you aren't sure what you're going to get out of this, opening yourself up to the simple idea that there might be something to be learned by doing this practice perspective thing is already all by itself a really kind of empowering step. You don't really have to think about this as doing this for anyone else. Do it for yourself. And the first step of doing this for yourself is scheduling time to practice perspective. But what are you going to do with that time? Believe me, this is not meditation, and for this next bit you might need a pen. We'll talk about that more in the next video. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you found it helpful and kind of fun, and be sure to click on the subscribe button now to make sure you get the next videos in this series. My website is www.glasshalfquestion.com, and if you go there you'll find the full catalog of these videos and the rest of my content. Leave me a comment here if you have any questions or related thoughts, and please share this video with anyone you know that you think would appreciate this, or perhaps someone you know that could use a little extra help with perspective. And please leave me comments here if you have any questions. I'd love to hear your ideas about building habits like this. And remember, keep practicing perspective.